Hello. Welcome to today's stream. It's the first stream I'm going to have, and thank you very much for coming. Today we'll be making a argument passing library for myself, my own usage in C live. It's my first live stream, so be kind to me. I'm hoping it'll go well. And welcome. Yeah. Okay, let's make a new project. A C library for C11 sounds good. Created. Great, let's see library. Let's go. If it opens up, anyways. Wait, I don't title anything. Well, I'll do anything. I'll do something about it later. I'll do it later. Forgive me for my mistakes. Well, yeah. What's the library name? Let's see. So stream argument Sarge. Yeah, it's going to be Sarge. The library's name is going to be Sarge. I just decided that. It's going to be Sarge. Well, okay. Let's start. So today we are making a library for this. So I'm going to be renaming this into Sarge H. Yes. That sounds untitled library H. Sounds ridiculous. So today we are going to be making an argument passing library in C. And what do I mean by an argument passing library? I mean something like command line argument passer. Let's see. It'll probably pop up like something like this. I've used this thing before. It's a pretty simple one to make use of. Something like this. So we're going to make an option, a group thing, an option. I'm basically going to be inspired by this thing's API. It's not going to be the exact same thing, but it's going to be similar. So, I mean, it's my first stream, so I'm planning on making it a little light on myself. Though I will not be doing this sort of thing. Instead, I'm going to be doing a different way of doing this. So, thank you for coming again, and let's start. So, first of all, I think we need some sort of data type that describes what our data is. So we can just say struct arg parse option like this. So let's make a struct Sarge option, and it's going to be made up of a Sarge option kind, the kind. Let's define this, and enum like this, just type deft into this. I like using my enums like this and my structs like that, so I'm going to do that to my struct as well. Struct option T, type def around it. Yeah. So let's say, what's the first kind? Obviously we need a yeah, kind, and is what I'm thinking. So like there's an opt and in here, and I want that to be the zero, fully zero. Fully zero should just mean and, because if it means and, things will become a lot, and by that I mean a lot easier to parse and read. So first of all, we need some way to end the thing, so obviously we're going to have a way to end the thing. Now I'm going to have a union in here. That's just going to be built in, I think. There is no need to stress myself over it. So we are going to make a variety of options here. Or actually just separate it. That is bad practice. So union, sarge, option, value, yeah, well, that sounds good. So we are going to first have a sarge option, a flag t, flag, and this by what I mean by flag is, okay, how do we do this? I should just put the type of in here. Sarge option flag, struct, charge option flag. Yeah, I'm going to be doing this a bunch. So instead of sarge option flag here again, okay, what should charge this off? I don't need this. It still works. Okay. Exit. Yeah. So I can close this config. Yeah. So we are going to take this, and I'm going to just name it to sarge option with arguments. Yeah, that sounds good. And explicit. So we're going to do this, and that's enough primitive, so I'm going to add this to option kind, a flag equals 1, sarge option kind with argument 2, and it should work for now. Sarge option with argument t with argument, yeah, and I should define those structs first. Struct sarge option flag, sarge option flag. Let's start with that. So first of all, we obviously need a name, so it's correct in that a long name. But before that, I want to make a short name, so if we have no name, you can just enter 0 here, and a 0 here will also mean there is no name. And these can be constant, because I'm not going to change them. I don't think anybody should change them in any way whatsoever. And I think that is a reasonable take. I don't know what to do with that. Someone liked it. Oh my gosh, someone is... Oh. Well, I have my first viewer. Thanks for viewing me. Nice to meet you. So next we need to have some sort of value, because I'm being inspired from this library, and here you can see that they've actually put this in here. They've got a bunch of variables, and these variables are being used one by one by saying and false and test, and we are taking a pointer to them and we are modifying it, and they take a int from here. And my flag thing is sort of like booleans, except I'm thinking that instead of booleans, this could be some sort of counter, because that works really well actually. If we do that way, it works pretty well. We can just increment the pointer. So we are going to say this is the value of it. This is the actual value that we will change later on. So it should be like that. And these guys took a help argument, some sort of help. And these next ones, I think, exist to do this opt bit thing. I don't want to do this feature because this is actually a bit difficult, I think, for a stream. I'm not ready for this on a stream, so thank you for coming anyways. I'm just escaping to simplicity, I think, but thanks. So I'm going to have a help text here, and this is going to be what we actually do. It's going to be the help text, and if you provide null in here, it just becomes null. We don't need to care about it. So next one we need to do, yes, we need to do this, and it's pretty much the same thing, except we need the value to be different. So the value is going to be not an int pointer to an int, but a pointer to a char array. So a pointer to a string, pointer to a string, which is good enough. Why is this not working? Yeah, it is. Just wait a little for it to be complete. What the hell is wrong with it? Is it because it's in a union? Probably. That makes a lot of sense. Then I'll carry these things above here, and it will be also. Okay, so we have our value and our count, and this should be enough to actually parse the thing. So I'm going to create those macros we saw, something like this. And actually, I forgot something. This version has also something like this, basic options and etc. And this is like a basic option, blah blah blah. So we have groups. So I'm going to steal that name as well. Say type def struct sarge option group sarge option group t, and I'm going to implement this immediately because I feel like someone will complain about it, something will complain about it after all. So that is also wrong. Okay, const char array, which is the name of the group, and we pretty much need nothing else. We just need to say sort option kind group. Yep, thank you. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't need to do this. It's already 0. Okay, I like to say it's 0. It starts from the 0 now. So I'm going to do that, but nothing else. But thank you for understanding. It's just the style I prefer. It's nothing really special. Group, that was nothing really left. So we can just define a flag, and it's a sarge flag because our library is sarge, and we are going to get what? First a short name, then a long name, then a pointer to a value, and then a help text. And that should give us this result. So we need a sarge option, so I'm going to take that, take a sarge option T, and make a kind. What's its kind? It's a sarge flag. Sarge option kind flag. And it's also made of short name, long name, I think it's correct, yeah, value and help. So this is correct. But I want to make sure it stays the same, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to use this sort of syntax because that makes it a lot easier to navigate what this is and what it means. So I'm going to just format this for a second and see how it formats. And it formatted nothing, so I'm going to just do this manually myself, I think. So actually I don't need to format from here. I actually need to format from here, I think. Yeah. And I'm going to do this to separate the values and make it clear what I'm doing, and have an easier time understanding what I'm doing as well. So let's define a sarge option. Option kind. Actually, I'm doing a mistake here. I realized it. So thank God I realized it. So this needs to be equal to flag for this to work. Flag equals this in order for this to work, because it's a union. It's in a union, and I'm not setting up how the main union should be meaning. Should mean. So I'm setting that up right now. And here we have dots with arguments. I feel like that's too long. The other one's way too long. So I'm going to do it that way. If you want to use the long way, you probably also want to use this entire struct. So I don't really care. And this will make stuff I'll understand better, probably. Yeah, okay. So we also have groups which are just have a group name, and this is going to be group, and this should be an argument, so a kind group with argument, blah 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 blah, and yeah, it fits, it works. This and that works. These are understandable. So last but not least, we have sarge, and it should be just sarge option T, and it just says it's just this. I want to preserve that this is just sarge, and what sarge is should be this. So people should be able to write just this, but For those who prefer that, I can just use charge add to make sure that they actually reflect this. So for this, I'm going to make a test. I don't know how right now. I'll worry later. I'll worry about it later. So I should first start that. Okay. So we can just go and do this. So we need something. Functions to work with this. So I'm thinking we can actually start with something. It's crazy. That's a crazy statement. What the hell did I say? Oh my god. So we can just say, I think this thing parses this and returns the remaining count of arguments and somehow shuffles around argvies and changes up the pointer, which I don't like about its API. So instead of doing that, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do crazy thing and say just, hey, I'm going to create some sort of argument parser. This is option list, so it's not really that useful. So we are going to say struct sarge. Just type def into sarge t, and it's going to have a program name. So program name, and we are going to obviously have options. So sarge option t option, or we get an array of those. And we also have the following thing. So should we take an argument or not? So I'm going to by default say this is 0. So how many arguments should we take is going to be decided by the user, and that way we can actually have an argument passive as well. So argument count, by default we should take no argument. So argument count is just size t, I think. That's there. Import that. Okay. Argument count, and we can say actually arg count, argc should be a possible way to express this. So I'm going to say argc instead. Yeah, I think that is better. That is better. Argc. This guy takes a float in as well, which I won't do because I'm not patient enough to do that right now. But I will do it in a future episode if you want me to, because I don't really know what to do right now, as I'm just starting streaming. So I'm going to implement testing like this. So new, not header file, I'm pressing source file, C, not add new target. It's executable, and the target is going to be called tests, or just test, I don't know. Okay. Example, or maybe example is better. I will add test later because I don't know which testing framework to use for this. Or maybe I'll make my own, because usually when I'm using C, I actually just do my own testing framework because that's easier. That's a lot easier to do. Yeah, add example.c. What the hell is this? Okay. Actually, I can. Well, meanwhile, I'm here. I should change the name to Sarge. Yes, reload. Nice. It also renamed. Pretty good. So. I think it was like this. Yeah. I'm remembering it correctly. So I'm going to sketch the API here. This. I can't sketch the API. I've written enough stuff to sketch the API. So we are going to just import sarge.h. So here we can just import it like this. This doesn't really matter. And we are going to get an int argc and char pointer argv. Pointer. Okay, I prefer doing it this way. You can do it whatever way you want. I don't really care. Sarge t sarge, and we are going to say what else? Sarge option t options actually we are going to just say sarge.options equals what is it? Let me see. Oh, I said option, not options. Okay, fix that issue. What does it complain about? Expect an expression. Of course it does. So we are going to just say sarge option t array, and it'll work. Sarge and is what at the end. That's pretty much clear already, so we don't need to do much, I think, about that. So we can work with this. Are you sure this is 4 spaces? What the hell? Okay, why did that happen? I don't know. Okay. We should continue. So what I want my API to look like is I put these here, and I put this flag and the argument count are stuff with arguments here, and also groups are not using parsing, so I will put all of those here. This is used for printing help messages. Here, I'm thinking about that as well. So I should just have 2 examples needed for this sarge flag. Let's say verbosity. Yeah, verbosity. I'm just going to say verbose here like this. And we need some sort of a value which will be given right now by saying int verbosity, and we can just say help increase verbosity. And what does it complain about? Cannot assign our value. what the does that mean? Why can it not work? Search blah 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 blah. And it works. Dot flag. Blah 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 blah. I don't think there is something wrong with it. So I need to look up. Substitute article, yep. Oh, it replaced everything. Of course, of course, of course. I'm stupid. Wait a little. So I'm going to say these guys start with dashes, because why not? That sounds like a reasonable way to fix this issue. So I'm going to do that. Here, 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 here. Pretty much everywhere I've used this thing, I'm going to have to do this. Yeah. It's not really that big of a deal. I can work with it. I can work with it. Yeah, I think that works. So let's see. Yeah, of course the errors are disappeared right now, and let's see how it opens up. And we get this, which should be correct. And tofu the lofu. Yes, I am coding. I'm coding live, and it's my first stream, so please be kind to me. How do I know? How do I know? How do I know? What do I know? How to code? Do you mean how to code? Do you mean how do I know what I'm coding? I know I'm coding because I am trying to make a working command line argument parsing library. And I believe using C to do that falls under the category of coding. And because of that, I believe I'm coding. Yeah, it's deep. It's very deep. It's pretty deep. I'm just doing a small library. Because it's my first time streaming, I decided I should do a small, very small library to actually get used to streaming while I should get used to coding on stream, because I don't usually code on stream. It's my first time doing so. So thank you for your yeah, I enjoy coding. It's my hobby. What do I normally code in? I normally code in C, Rust, Python, Go, whatever I feel like at that moment. Thank you. Now, where was I at? Where was I at? I was at... Yeah, I was going to make an example for this as well. I'm currently making an example to shape the API in my head. Thank you. I'm currently making an example which will not work right now because I haven't made the library work yet. But I'm going to try to conform to this description and try to make the library work for the API I'm going to make happen in here, to draw it in my mind. Anyway, so I also have some sort of character screen, yes, and it should be named what? Should it be named? Yeah. Okay. I should think as well. Yeah, it should be named because I don't know what else. Yeah, I should take a name. A person's name, something like that. A person's name. I think that works. Sorry, example. not a good suggestion. And I will say that this should be set name. Set name, yeah, that works. This is just an example. It's not a real world program. That is just to test how it works. So Sarge dots. Program name would be Sarge example. I don't really, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to call it example. I should wait for the poster because, yeah, I want it to be used like this. Yes, and somehow, somewhere, we should have the possibility of saying Sarge parse maybe? Yeah, Sarge parse. Arc-C, arc-ray, and we should also be able to pass Sarge. Sorry, and this should work to make such that we can say, hey Sarge, using Sarge, you should be able to take the arguments in and it should pass them out into these variables and put them in there. So we should, so if someone inputs v, for example, if we started at 0, this should become 3 at the end. And if we set the name to null, if we set n name equals Adam somewhere in the command line, this should be parsed into Adam, like here, like this. So we are going to work on trying to make that happen once we use this Sarge parse method. And if it has an error, I'm thinking I should return error codes and leave the how to handle the error to the user, because I don't want to throw error messages myself like this. So if it's 0, that means we exited successfully, and if it returns anything else, that means we exited unsuccessfully and we have an error. So I'm going to say int error no, and just do this way. Just to separate. Yeah, that should work. Yes. And using that, no, error no is not a great name because that's already occupied, so I should try like error. Error is equal to, we can just nav switch on the error and print whatever error we have. Or I could just say, give the user an option to get the error from me with an error message that I set up at that point. So I'm going to set up that. Right. So we are going to say Sarge get error no. Get error. No, actually I'm going to just get rid of this because of that. Sarge get error will return an integer error without taking anything. And I'm going to just get error a message or get error text. Get error text. This is going to return a pointer to a character string. So we have that option as well. And it will end with 0, so we can distinguish it. And also we are going to return int from Sarge parse. So yes. And we are going to say Sarge T here, Sarge T, Sarge. That works. So, as well. So we should make that work first. Where the hell am I? Yes. Okay, my mouse is here again. I don't know where it went before. So, first we need to do this. Well, I'm not going to do it here because I'm in a header. What am I doing here? So, we should go here. It doesn't equal. I don't want to do this right now. So, we should begin here with start post. So, first we need to know the name of our program and options, but we don't really care about the options right now, so we can just say search.options is what we need, and search.argc is what we need in order to pass the thing. So I'm going to say if search.argc equals 0, then we should set up a buffer that can take up to 0 elements. Does malloc 0 actually error, or C malloc 0? I return a null pointer or any pointer that can be successfully passed. Basically, that's to pass the artist variable to the future. Okay. So there is no problem with this. So I can just say, actually I can just say calloc argc search.argc, which is the count of the arguments I have, and size of char pointer. And size of each element is this. It's a pointer. So size of a pointer to a string. So basically it's a string. Yeah. And search dots. And search dots. So we need to keep track of how many arguments we have because of this. Int arg index. Yeah, arg index works. This is the index into which index we are currently supposed to be writing to. So as long as this doesn't surpass search.argc, we can write on to it. If it does pass search.argc, that means we have an error that should report to the user. So, yeah, this doesn't work. So we can continue on with saying search.options I, and we can take an I, int I equals 1, and start with argc. Instead we should compare it to argc. As long as I is less than argc, so that means we are at an argument which is less than the amount of arguments we have. And I started from 1 because the first argument is always the name of the program in C. At least that's how it is in C. So we can just say I++ because of this. And we can safely say that this pointer I'm going to get is arg, and we can say it's arg taken from arg I is going to be this pointer, and it should always work. So we can also say now arg should be if arg starts with a dash. So if it starts with a dash, it's always going to be an option, of some kind, whether it's short or long. A short option is written like with a 1 dash, and then following that is blah 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 blah. And a long option starts with 2 dashes and then blah 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 blah, and this is the entire name of the option. A short option is just this. And if I add something onto here, it becomes A option, B option, C option, D option, E option, unless one of these options is an option that takes an argument. In that case, let's say C is the option that takes an argument, then C is equal to DE. The remaining ones. So that's the logic. So we can just say if arg1 equals this as well. So we can just say stuff like this. If it's null terminated at here after getting 2 things, that means we should stop parsing stuff properly, and this should be just equal to an argument containing ASC. So we should be able to prevent that. So I'm going to say something here. So this is going to be a int parse the argument, parse argument, which is going to be a 0 for false. So we are going to just say, or actually 1, we need to set this to 0 first. So this is equal to 0 here, and we break, continue loop, continue on to loop. So if parse arguments, only and only if we need to parse arguments, or it's easier to actually say no parse arguments, and say 0, and this is 1. No parse arguments, and if we are having a way to do this, we can just say no parse arguments, we should just take the current argument. If arg index is still less than sarge.argc, then put the argument to sarge. Wait, I'm doing something wrong here. I just realized that. Forgive me, I just realized I'm making a big mistake here. And this is the args. The remaining args. How am I going to provide this back? I know how to do this. I should just turn a pointer to strings and turn this into notes. If it's null, we have an error, and we should get it back here, like in here. Okay, that works. Text works pretty well, I think. Yeah, there is no problem. Sarge dot. In that case, we set remaining args dot arg index plus plus to arg, and we continue. Otherwise, if this is false, we have an error. So we are going to set whatever error now we have. So I should define some error codes in here. Okay. Enum sarge error. We should say sarge error no should be the start, which is 0, and we can have a sarge error, overflow arguments, overflow argc, which will mean the overflow of the argument count. So we basically did this, wrote this constraint, so we should set that. So I'm going to say error, sarge error, error, no, sarge, error, no, that works for me, and it starts with sarge error, no, sarge error, no, so we have no error first, initially we should have no errors in order to work, and if we encounter any errors, we set sarge error no to sarge error overflow RC here for this error, and we return no, but not before freeing main inverse argument, because that is something we need to free before we abort the entire action. Why is this abort? Yeah, of course it's abort. That makes sense. Because we continue here. We continue anyway, so this is run. We can just continue here. Yep. I'm stupid. Forgive me for my sins. Okay, no parse arguments, and we continue on. But if there are arguments, we need to say, hey, we have arguments. So we can just say, we can start comparing arguments with other stuff. And we can do it that way. So we should first check for int j equals 0. J is less than sarge dot options dot j. Sarge dot options j isn't what does it mean? Options j dot kind isn't sarge and option kind and j plus plus. So we increase j as we go on until we reached an end. Something that's the end. We are at the end. And that we can now just take sarge options j. We can now switch on it to determine which sort of thing we should use. Switch this, and if the case is that our kind is sarge option kind, and which is should be impossible, so I'm going to skip that flag. Right here, it's okay. So if we got a flag, we can now just say if the sarge options j dot valley dot flag dot long name, it's a pretty long name actually. Yeah, I'm going to say strict comparison equals 0, and we're going to say if this long name the user we provided is equal to the argument, so we're going to say arg here, and we should import string compare function, and we know this is safe because the inputs are guaranteed to be null terminated unless someone intentionally put them. You have to do a lot more work to put them without null terminators. So I think that should work. Yeah. So we can go on, and now we can say that sarge options j dot value dot flag dot value, which is an int pointer, can be incremented. This works, I think. Though I'm not sure. So I'm actually going to do it just in case. I don't think that this is redundant. It makes it clearer. So I think it's better to do it this way. Yeah. Okay. So, what's to say? Yeah, jars. missing cases. Yeah, of course. And if we did that, if we did this, we should now finish up with our argument thing, and we should go to the next argument, because what are we doing here? And I'm going to say next argument here. And I'm going to say go to next argument. So we go back to the next argument and we start parsing that after if we are sure this argument is what we wanted in the first place. So that's fine. Okay. Next, we can actually say, if the case is that we have a search option kind argument. Break this. Okay. We need to also do a string comparison, but this time we can use string comparison with a limit to number of characters it can compare, and that limit is going to be string length of this. And I should get that into a separate variable because I'm going to use it twice. So string length of this monstrosity is going to be a comparison that I'm going to have. And I actually realized I'm doing a comparison that's wrong here. So we should start this at 2 because we're at the second argument. See? So we need to start at 2. And arg2 here as well. This means just take the second character, then take a pointer to that, so we are back at a string. Comparing strings. And this should be length. Arg length. That works. And then we just need to check also, because it's not over yet, because we just need to do something else. We need to check if r dot arg length plus 2 is equals. If that is the case, or actually that is not actually what you need to do. I forgot something. Okay. So we need to first check if then we need to check if arg length plus 2 is 0 and ends with 1. Then we take the next argument. So we say here VCI, we just say I plus plus here plus, and we set argv plus plus. Argv plus I actually. Argv plus I to search options. And this is not a flag this time because we have an option of a good argument. Yeah, we set this and this works. So we set the thing actually that, or else if arg equals an equal sign, and we also work with this. And we should just go to next argument this time. But this time it's a bit more complicated because we need to actually do something else. Since the argument of value is not going to be equal to this, it's going to be equal to arg arc length plus 3 and a pointer to this. I hope I'm calculating these things rightly, because if I'm wrong, that's going to be embarrassing. Simply embarrassing. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, next things next. If it's not any of these, we can't go to the next argument. We should check the next option again if it's equal to another option, because it's not equal to this option. In any case, in any other case, we should ignore the thing, because we have encountered something we don't. I don't want that to be an error, so maybe the user is somehow trying to use this thing as something other than what it is meant to be. Or somebody built this library up. Somebody takes this library and builds it up with more kinds of inputs that it can take. I don't want to take the power away from the other users for doing that, so this default is going to be just ignoring whatever is unknown to us. If it's and, it doesn't really matter, because we shouldn't get and in here anyways. If we get and, then we should and immediately and question why happened. It would be impossible without some very, very unlucky gamma rays hitting our computer and turning it into mush. We just go through these, and if we find that something, we should have gone to the next argument. But if we didn't go to the next argument by the end of this, then that means something else. That means we've just got an argument that we didn't recognize, which starts with this. So we need to set the error. We need to set sarge error now. Equals sarge error. What's it? What's this? Unknown. And we're going to set things up with printf. So here, what's it saying? No, I'm not going to do that. So for that, I should actually set up this. I think it's actually going to be changed. Sarge error message. It's not an array though, so that is wrong. And this is going to be null to start. And this returns sarge error now, and this returns sarge error message. Okay, so we can actually continue. And we need to set some stuff. Sarge error message needs to be equal to printf. So the problem with this is, you know, we have to have a limit. What have S? Search error message. And I'm going to set this to some value, arbitrary value. Search error message, and I'm going to define something here. Define max error message length, and that should be, I don't know, let's set it to, yeah, 1024 sounds good. 1024 sounds good. So this should be 1024. And it should be all 0. Let's start. Okay. Okay. Let's go. So, because of this, we can now say printf s into this char buffer we have, and say set it to be destination size is going to be max error message length, and then this actually is wrong because we need to say search max error message length. Search max error message length to make it work. So the format is going to be error overflow we are actually having an error state because someone provided more arguments than we should be using, which means we should be providing an error here. So also we don't need to provide this. This is enough for our purpose. Returning null, we need to do some stuff. Free your main cogs and return null. That is what we must do. So before that, I need to also set the error message. We need to say search max error message length is the most length we can have, and we need to say unknown option. And we can just say the option. That is not. Yep, that works. And we can just continue on working with ourselves. So if that did work, and we return. So we implemented long options right now, without any hassle. That's what I like to believe. So let's test them. So we can just say search get error text. fprintf here, fprintf, it's going to be printing to std error, and the format is going to be s. More arguments than can be taken. Okay, I'm going to say error here, yep, and that will work. We are going to return from the main function. So that will be an errorless state. Then I will just printf Yep, that works. And name. Yep. These two will be printed. And we are. Nice. So let's try that. Okay, wait. Example, yeah. Run example. So what happened? What's wrong? Initialization of char pointer is incompatible with this. Undefined reference to search parse. Okay. They're the same though. Why does it not work? Why does it not work? That should work. Oh, of course. Target, link libraries, example, search. Because I forgot to link my library with that. That makes a lot of sense. Reload. And run. Now we have some errors. Okay, I don't know what I did here. What's this? This should be here. Yeah. Next. This is also related to that, so meaning arguments is undeclared. Wait, let me try. I think every error came from that one. Really? Fixing that, fixed it. Okay. Okay. What did they get? Can I do this? We should no. Yeah. So otherwise I believe this thing is CNAME debug. Yep. And also yes, example.exe. So I should say variables. It should increase variables at t1 by 1. And it works. Very nice. So we should also work name arc name Kaiser the 13th, for example, and that works as well. Pretty good for now. That also works. I'm going to just randomize things. We have some problems with the terminal display. I don't think it's a problem with my implementation of it, but rather a problem with the fact that my implementation does not support Unicode characters, so this only becomes meaningless stuff, so I'm going to ignore that. I don't want this thing to be compatible with Unicode characters, not right now. I don't really need it to be compatible with Unicode characters, so it works for me. I was expecting to have more problems like this. Generally, when I try to do this thing the first time, it always has some sort of error. That weird errors that I cannot, for the love of me, solve. Well, I can solve them, but like it takes time because I need to make those lengths correctly every time I do a scene. This is why I'm making it into a library, because before normally I just go through this entire process every time I use C. I go through this process of making it argument parsing, how to parse arguments, and then I somehow managed to figure it out, and somehow it works. So let's hope it works for the short arguments too. So once again we are going to be just going through the list of arguments we have. Wait, I didn't want one thing, I think. Let me see this. What does it do? Does it error? Oh, it doesn't. Well, that's good. Strolan, no. Does it say 0? Yeah, of course. Okay. Okay, I need to check that. For this one, it's not a problem that much. That big of a problem, but it could become one. I need to check for now. Otherwise, I'm going to have a memory safety vulnerability in every program I write using this library. So, first things first, we need to actually do some checks. We need to check if this is null and yeah, do that thing. Same thing here. If this is null, we should just continue. Just continue for the form. Okay, that works. Yeah, that makes sense because we haven't got an externality. But it doesn't really matter. It makes it clearer, in my opinion. But it doesn't really matter. That much. Makes a lot of sense. Why it's just like that. Yeah. Okay. So that looks pretty good. At least I find it pretty good. Thank you. Okay. Next thing we do is actually taking this and running with it. I'm actually curious. How long have I been streaming? 1 hour and 18 minutes. Pretty nice. Yeah. Okay. Now, next thing we do is I need to actually go to the toilet. So, see you in a few minutes. Hello, I'm back. Let's get back to coding. Yep, I opened the screen. That shortcut worked. Okay. Where were we? Yeah, we were going to take care of the short arguments and pass them as well. So let's go on to do that then. I think I can actually copy this. I think I can. I hope I'm not wrong. Judgment I'm making right now. Why is the copying pretty weird in IntelliJ? Not IntelliJ. This thing is C-line. I'm new to this IDE, okay. I decided to, for some reason I decided to do a conversion between these things. Okay, I'm going to do slice T if you want me to. I don't think that matters for me. It should have the same error. Slice T, and that works very nice. Okay. Wait a moment. Okay, return. And we're going to say remaining arguments. Yes, of course. Kellogg zeros the arguments it takes, if I remember right. So I don't think I need to encode the number of arguments in this thing as well. Maybe actually add a +1 here, so that it always ends with them all, regardless of what we do, which means it's going to be correct at any time. Yeah. Okay. Pretty good so far. Char pointer remaining arguments. And we're going to say remaining args equals /parse. Going to use this as long as it equals 0. We have if it's 0, as long as it is, if it's 0, meaning if it's null, well, that means we've got a problem and we need to replace our we need to print out an error. Yeah. I think that's correct. Yep. I need to see more of this thing. Yeah. Okay. Nice. So I don't think we have any other problems right now, so we can actually continue on. So this should be the short options this time though. So short name instead of long name. Isn't 0. We should just say I think that's correct. Yep. Probably correct. I hope. I hope it's correct. Okay. Not that one. I don't need to use this anymore. I'm just going to close this up. Yeah. Which music is on? Okay. That should be credits. I believe that's credits. That's what's getting credits. Okay. Now I can actually I should explain what I'm doing. So we did this at first. We took the arguments, the options, and we ran over them, ran through them. And if the kind was the match on that kind, if there were a flag, we checked if the argument given is the same as the long thing, in the long thing part. And if the with argument part, we also checked if the name was the same. So we actually checked if it began with the name, and if it was equal, or if after the name came an equal sign. If it was exactly equal, then the next argument would be the value of this. If it's ends with an equals after that, if an equals comes after this, then that means after the equals we take the things after the equals and set it to be option J value. Blah blah blah. It's pretty long, pretty long and horrible thing. So I understand if it's a bit hard to understand. Okay. So now this time we are going to do something different. We're going to check if this is a short name, if the short name isn't 0, and this short name is equal to RK, then that means we got the correct value. This time that means the correct value. And we are going to do the same. Except we don't need to go to the next argument this time, because we need to go to next short. So we're going to say next short. Yeah, that makes sense. Next short. And we are going to say go to next short instead. Here. Because we should parse the next thing as well. Parse the next thing as well. Parse the next thing as well. Blah 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 blah, and it goes on now. Short, if this thing is a short name, we should continue and go check the next option. Otherwise, don't need to check all of this time. We need to just check. Actually, start off with short name. Basically this thing again. I should copy the one. Yeah. If this is the case, then we can say RK plus 1. If RK plus 1 is an alternator, then we take the next thing and we just set it up as that one. Yep. Otherwise, we just say, hey, you got mark. This one. If it's not that one, if it's not that, we can go to the next argument. This is not the next short. If it's not that, then we also end up going to the next argument anyways. But this time we're going to set sarge dot options dot argument value to arc k plus 1. So because the k plus 1 starts in arc k plus 1, we set it to the. So that should be correct. I hope. And in the default case, we just break. So we should run this, and we got an error, a mystery one. Okay, that means we actually encountered the proper error, which was the list of things I wasn't expecting. And I just realized because of that I forgot to handle my errors. Pretty nice. Oh no. Pretty good. Pretty good. At least it led me to a realization. So, search error, no, equal to search error, no, I'm not sure again. And this time we're going to say C as V, I think, no, K. At this point, so we can just say R, K at this point. And that should be the correct one. Okay, why is it erroring? It throws a null though. It throws a null for some reason. Why though?
Well, here's the sweet shop's answer. Well, here's the sweet shop's answer.
Why is it doing this? What the hell? Do I not know my C? Okay. Forgiven. This is all. Right, put that back. What is it going to say? What is it going to say? Okay. So this is an error. This is a warning that doesn't matter right now. Okay. Remaining arcs I isn't null. I plus plus. Yeah, printf. Okay, it's used now for some reason. How do we get to this? I need to debug this thing. Actually, of course, I forgot to do this. Okay, put the thing here. Actually, not here. Put it here. And I'm going to start from here. Close. Okay. So next, we should go on and F11. I think step over is F10. F10. F11. Okay. Oh, that is a case. It's a case. It's a no-no value. Wait. Oh my god, I should be not saying this. I should be saying this. Okay. Thank you. Should be an equal check. If it's equal to null, we have an error. Not if it's not equal to null. Of course, that is the easiest C that I will make. Sounds like me. Okay, now we have the correct way to start this. Now we need to count. Okay, now we can actually do stuff. Someone who doesn't care what his arguments will not actually take these arguments and compare to now, like this. Somebody that doesn't care would only compare to now, apparently. I've actually noticed something problematic. If I say 0 in here, will not turn it, except I add a +1 in here, so it will always have a value, so it's not a problem anymore. Nice. Some solutions solve multiple things at the same time. That is pretty nice. Okay, this should actually be correct now, so let's test it. So yes, B. Okay. We are off by 1. We have an off by 1. K starts. Of course, K should start at 1. That is the first error we need to fix. Okay. Now I can say this. Okay, we have an ignored argument now. That is actually interesting. Well, that works. That one works is pretty interesting. If no parsed arguments, or arg 1 equals no, 1 equals this. Can I extract this? Yeah, extract method. And what should it be named? That sounds like a good way to do this. So we need to take arg index, we need to take sarge, we need to take char pointer, char, that's the current arg, it's value 1, what's that? I don't think we need that. think that is the correct one. Because no, I can't extract this. Okay. I should copy and paste this. It's not that big of a deal. Copy and paste this one. Yeah, if it's 0 here, and then we should just give up. At that point already, we should give up. Okay. Okay. So if I should also test and lasagna. To that fact now. And lasagna. It works. Nice. It also works. I wasn't expecting it to take this short to implement the basics of it. Basic thing. Pull on. But I take this short. But I still have something I want to implement. I want to show the error messaging, but also I want to show fprintf start order, or rather, I should say print sarge print help stay there. I think that was a good way to do the exercise even further. Take the exercise even further, and also be helpful to some people somehow. I don't know how. It should be helpful somehow, I think. So void and this is, I think, a file. That's all. File. Yeah, file. Flash discharge. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Important one. Generate definition and search. So first we need to say fprintf file %s options and arguments, and this is sarge.name. Also there's a new line here before I forget that. Fprintf file options, or not really, I shouldn't do that. So I now go through this for sarge for size I use the entire int I sarge dot options I kind isn't sarge kind and yes, we continue on with this. Now switch options I kind side flag. If it's a flag, then we can just say it's a flag. Then we can say sarge options I value flag dot short name char short name char pointer name Okay, so next we print to the file the short name if it exists. So short name, let's put it here. And long name is also printed here. So if long name isn't null, we also put that file s long name, and that works. Nice and error, nice and all. That's pretty nice. Else, because we also have an else branch here. If it's not here, then we need to print something else. That is, I want to align this thing, so I'm going to just print 3 blank spaces if it does not exist, if there is no short name. So that is the case. And if the long name is not there, I will print 1, 2, 3, also 1, 2, 3, also 3 spaces. The long name doesn't exist as well. To line it up a little, you know, the tabs and all. Yeah, should be the correct option now. Now we should print f t. I only print this if a large. I'm going to take out the message. Doesn't talk like. Okay, long name is help. If help isn't null, then we print into the file the help message as well. Finally, we print a new one. To the file. Yes, okay, so how do I explain this? By the way, why didn't I comment on this thing? That was stupid of me. So I will make a bunch of comments now. After this, as it's still in my mind, I can still comment on it. Okay, now. This is basically copied 1-to-1 in the case of there being a search option kind of the argument. We just now replace the file with arguments everywhere we can. And it's over. Already done. Done and done. So okay, I'm going to actually do this. I'm going to put this thing in here. Short the thing. Okay, that works. That works. That way worked. No, it's very reachable code. Okay, and I placed it very badly. Okay, that is a pretty big mistake, but forgive me for doing it, because I am stupid. I'm a stupid person. I'm very stupid. I can't do this sort of thing without making an error. So, thank you for that, for your forgiveness in this. default break again. This time, though, I'm just going to say also case search option kind and cannot be true, but group can. We can be in a group. Of course, we can be in a group. Yeah, amazing. I know. It's pretty crazy thing. It's a pretty crazy thing to say. No. Yep. Okay, that works. Search option group name. Yep. I don't think there's anything else to do with this, to be honest. Yeah, it's done. The thing displaying the help message is also done, so let's try it by making this up, working this. Work. Okay. So if I provide something. No. Oh! That was something I should fix. My error messages are not correctly formatted. Fine. Okay. Okay, it works now. It's a pretty clear set of differences, I think. The boundaries it has is pretty clearly defined. Because that is what I hope it is. I hope it's clearly defined. I want to encourage the thing to be same, but I can't, so it's going to stay like this. Before I do that, I need to actually add something here. Search group. The group's name is options. Because that's what this thing works. Yep. Example, options, arguments, and we have a problem now, which I've noticed, thanks to this function having put a improper tab. Not tab, but okay, so we need to actually not do the tab for everything. I think that works. Let's try that. I also noticed another bug when I put it this way. It's ignored, which can only mean one thing. We are not erroring. For unnecessary arguments, we are not having an error. Which means we need to do some other stuff here. In fact, we need to copy this thing completely. Yeah. Okay, and we need to put this here. I think that should fix it. So we'll see. More arguments. Okay. More arguments than can be taken have been provided. Parsing 3 places. Okay. We. Oh. Okay. So we have another problem. After this thing is over, we don't actually check that this is not the case. And if this is the case, I should just continue here. bad fixing it. Okay, that works. Now we need to do a bunch of tests. I'm just spamming this thing. Let's write my own name. That works. Does this work? Yes. Does this work? Yes. Does a variables work? And we have this thing. Yep. All of it works, which is pretty nice. Okay. That works. That works at least. Thank God it works. Otherwise I will have been stuck here for a while now. For a while longer. So what am I gonna do? My help works, my everything works. Now I need to do one thing. I need to document and comment on this thing a bunch. So, my preferred way of documentation is this 3 plus 3 of these things. And I've set the IDE up to understand it that way. So, parse arguments, parse command arguments according to a search. See? Search. Doesn't work. Given what do I say about this? Given search parser search config. Yeah, well, it's good and short enough. I can expand upon these after a while. But for now, that's enough. Print the help message for the program according to given config, to the given search config. Yep. If there is an error, get error if any, get a textual presentation of the error if any exists. Otherwise, no. Yeah. Okay, search error. The kinds of errors can occur in search bars. Yep. I think I can safely ignore these. Search option can be one of. Yeah, I don't think I need. These are kind of self-descriptive. These are kind of self-descriptive. I don't think I need to document them that much. Maybe I need to document these ones though. So, a flag increment the value every time it's encountered. It's encountered. Its value every time it's encountered. It's encountered. An option which sets its value to the next argument, or the whatever comes after the equal sign. In parentheses, give it every time it's encountered. I cut the warning. Okay, that way. Yep, and yep. A group of options. Name for a group of options. For a group of options, any option coming after it until the next option group will be counted as part of it. Yeah, that defines a bunch of small little definitions which basically make it clear what we are doing, and I'm basically copying the name, so it's pretty clear what I'm doing here. And this is not the API that the user will use, and these are things that the documentation tools should handle instead of anything else. Yeah. Okay, we can now go ahead into the search scene, and we can make it a lot more readable. After that, I think the stream will end because I don't think we have anything else to do after that. Thank God. Thank God we don't. So let's comment on this thing. Probably could be better comments in here, but it's already pretty late here, and I'm tired. It's pretty much my first time streaming, so I'm already tired. Thank you for coming though. I am already tired, so I think I should stop before I do that. So we are going to finish up after writing comments for this. I am going to finish up, and we are going to end the stream. Already thank you for coming, so if you want to watch me comment this thing, stay here. Though, who's here? Oh, there's actually one viewer, so stay here if you want. Okay, now we can continue on with a actually, let me check. I think what I'm writing is visible even after with the chat being here. Okay, now the index of if active, no arguments, every remaining argument should be copied over time starting from index 1. Because we are starting from index 1 because the first index 0 is the program name. Yeah. Explain that. Okay. Copy argument to remaining args and continue on. Okay. Is an option. Is a long option. Actually not here. Is literally is a long option. If is literally if an option. If arg is an option. If arg is literally this, then copy remaining args. Copy argument to remaining args and putting in. If arg is this, enable no parse mode. Enable no parse arguments. Yeah. It's pretty descriptive and makes it a lot more understandable and stuff. Hey. I'm basically writing pseudo code here because I'm pretty much explaining how I'm doing it and not why I'm doing it, which is a bad way of commenting, so I need to do this logical way. So we need to explain it first, because without this option, without no parse arguments, if the user wanted to create an argument that starts with a dash, then they simply wouldn't be able to. And this explains the reasoning behind why it exists. And that is what's most important. Now it's clear why this exists and why I am doing it. Let's go through each known option. say, okay, if it's a flag, check if it's completely equal, it's entirely equal. And if it's an option, then check if it is, then check if it starts with arg starts with it. Okay. Then we need to check if it ends here. If it ends here, that means the argument is the next argument for the option. Is the next argument. Doesn't end here. Doesn't end here. And it is the current character. Next character is. That means the argument for the option is whatever is after the equals. So I think that makes it clear why these checks how they work. We found no option that matched what we expected. That matched. And we can also copy this again here. Okay. And that is also good. I don't think I need to do a comments for these two. Yeah, I don't think that to do comments for those two. I realized I have a memory. I think what this is pretty clear. And I think go through the options, go through the options. I don't think I need comments for this thing. I think it's pretty clear what it's doing. It's literally a switch in a for loop. That is the clearest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. Because it's not even doing something complicated, it's just a bunch of prints. What is checking? It is checking for zeros and almost. It's pretty obvious what it's checking for, I think. That's why I won't actually do anything. We'll just leave it like this. Okay. Now. Every character of the short option. Except mission. Also explain the default case, I think, because that doesn't make sense in the first class. If the bird is something else, just ignore it, even if it's invalid. Maybe someone forked this thing. Forked this and worked on it. Forked this and worked on it. And the user of the library didn't downloaded the wrong library somehow. That's a good enough comment, some good enough comments. And I think this code base is now understandable enough to work with. Yeah, Right. So protect from more. Yeah. Oh. Wait. Okay. So, I'm going to publish this on GitHub. And we can see you later. Thank you for coming. See you later, and goodbye. Thank you once more. Again. Goodbye.